And if you wish to learn those techniques on a dulcimer, stay tuned for the lesson. Welcome one and indeed welcome all to this Blackpool Music School video all about the dulcimer. I am using my cigar box dulcimer, but a normal dulcimer is fine, any tuning is fine. I am tuned Golf, Delta Golf, you could be Alpha Echo Alpha or Charlie Golf Charlie or Delta Alpha Delta, it makes no difference. These techniques will work on those tunings, you'll just be playing in a different key to me. So let's get started. In this video we're going to cover the second line of the 12 bar blues. To get the most from this video you'll have need to seen the previous one yesterday and one from a couple of weeks ago now. They're all under the title Dulcimer 12 bar blues or walking bass line or pentatonic scale. So we're going to work on the second line now. The first video on the first line came out a couple of days ago and the last line will come out in a couple of days more. For this video I am tuned GDG, but any tuning is fine. Alpha Echo Alpha, Charlie Golf Charlie, Delta Alpha Delta. As long as your fretboard looks like this. I'm using a cigar box dulcimer, but a normal dulcimer is fine, we're good to go. So let's get started. We're going to cover the second line of the 12 bar blues. For this we'll be mainly staying on the 3rd fret, that's what the Roman numerals IV is. It's the 4th chord at the 3rd fret. I'll put notation on the screen where it all is. So the 4th chord is at the 3rd fret, so we can play it just left 2 bars, sorry. So for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and works. But we can add a bit more to it to make it sound a bit more musical. So we're just going to focus on the 4th chord, the IV chord. Now we play the IV chord at the 3rd fret. Again, nut or 0 fret, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So like I said, we can just play it like this. That's fine, but because you may notice the gap between the 3rd and the 2nd fret is small, you can slide back like this. So I'm just playing 1 hand on the 3rd fret, 2 hand on the 2nd, 3 hand, 4 hand. Like that. Now we can only do this here because that gap is a semitone, not a tone. It wouldn't work anywhere else, just the small gaps. Okay, so it's the 3rd fret for the 1 hand, slide back, 2 hand, back up, 3 hand, 4 hand. Okay, so 1 bar would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Very slowly, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But there's more we can add. So we have the 3rd. And 2nd, we've also got the 3rd and the 6th. So you can play this now. So that's 1 hand on the 3rd, slide up to the 6th, 2 hand, back to the 3rd, 3 hand, 2nd, 4 hand. 1 hand, 2 hand, 3 hand, 4 hand. So you can play it like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. So 1 bar could be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 1 bar. Or you could play this. It's up to you, it's entirely up to you, but there is a bit more we can add. So you can play it like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's 1 and at the 3, 2 and at the 6th, 3 and halfway between 4 and 5th, then back to 4 and for the 3rd. That's a slight variation. That's 1 and 2 and at the 3rd, 3 and at the 6th, and 4 and halfway between 4 and 5. Or you can just simply go to the 2nd if you wish. So there's some of the variations we can do. There's a bit more to cover, so let's get this bit sorted. You can play either the 3rd, you must play that to indicate that it's the 4th chord. So you got the 3rd, you must start with that to indicate you're playing the 4th chord. Go back to the 2nd if you wish, then back into the 3rd. You got the 3rd, the 6th, halfway between 4 and 5, and the 3rd. So your variations can be that's the variations you can do. So you got 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, 6th, halfway, 3rd, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd. And that's some of the things you can do. You don't always have to play 8th beats. We can do this if we want: 3rd, all we're doing there is not counting the and, so you're not playing, we are counting the and. So it's 1 and at the 3rd, slide down to the 6th, 2 and, you must count the and, 3 and, 4 and, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. What we don't want is to lose the beat, so you must count in your head so you know where the gap is. Hear that? So we're going to the 2nd now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you got the 2nd, the 3rd, halfway between 4 and 5, and the 6th to make that F chord sound a bit more alive. So whereas before we were just playing this, we can now play this. Hear how it sounds more alive, or the other way around. And all of a sudden that F chord doesn't sound quite as boring as that. But there's one more thing I need to teach you. That's the walk down from the 4th chord back to the 1st. I covered this in the first 12 bar blues video, but there's a slight variation now. We were playing 3rd for the 4th chord, halfway between 1 and 2 and the 1st. But we're playing in 8ths like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's 1 and 2 and at the 3rd fret, halfway between 1 and 2 for the 3 and, then over the 1st for the 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Here's the variation. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So instead of playing 8, you're playing in quarter notes for those last 2 beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Very important you count the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. In 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. In quarters, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So when you go in for the 4th chord back to the 1st, you can use either one of them. It's 1 and 2 and 3, 4, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It's entirely up to you. What you like in music may be different to me, and what I like may be different to you. Music is interpretive. Well, I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to Blackpool Music School for more videos. The more thumbs up we get and the more subscribers we get, the the more videos we will post. So until next time, take care, keep practicing, keep playing, and as always, goodbye.